Hello and welcome to another Hearts podcast episode. This is now, and excuse my language, but fucking finally, season 5. The adventures continue. Finally, I can welcome season 5 to my Hearts podcast. In this season, I have planned 12, possibly 14 episodes. I will talk about a few things that may be relevant to my listeners, and I will go through what my community supports as well. This is definitely relevant to all my listeners, as that then means they know what to expect when joining the Empire. I will also talk about my name change update, as I have one more update to give you, especially as the withdrawal became legal in October 2025. So it's still fresh, and there's still some things to do, but it should finish this year. I want to talk about how I made it possible to combine my religion and spirituality. And speaking about combining things, I am proudly combined the Empire with almost at least 11 communities. On top of that, I am a mod for both Twitch and Discord, and in this episode, I will be going in depth about my modding blessing. I am a mod for 10 Twitch channels and 12 Discord servers. Now, because it is 2026 and still the earlier time of 2026, in this episode, it will be available to you by March 17 or the 24th, one of those two, and episode 1 will be released to you on March 31st, since there are 31 days in March. I have 2 dedicated podcast episodes about both me and my boy getting older, him turning 5 and me turning 29. Since Floppus's birthday is in February, it makes sense that his dedicated episode comes first. And his episode will not be available until May 5th, and my episode that is dedicated to my 29th will not be out until May 19th, so both our birthdays would have been and gone. But I am sure that you are all willing to listen to the memories I will have about mine and Floppus's birthdays, and I will also have a dedicated episode for each year that we get older. I'll also have dedicated episodes for most of my accomplishments within the Hearts podcast, and it depends on the accomplishment that I want to acknowledge. Not just the Hearts podcast, but anything that I might find acknowledgeable. Then I want to do a dedicated episode to all of my housemates, since in 2024 I had continued living with housemates after thinking originally that my housemate journey was over. Living with people can be challenging, which is why I want to fight for my right destiny, and that is to live alone. For me, I have discovered the 3 main reasons as to why it can be challenging to live with other people. And that is, houses have expectations. So if it is a shared house, they will more than likely have a tenancy agreement, which I think is the law, for you, and that is what you need to sign. And every shared house is different, and every house share is different as well. Mental healths also clash with one another. And for me, especially being educated in health and social care level 1, some people might find that a threat. And I think that moving to my former location of my first apartment was a mistake because of how rough it is known to be. But at least my bunny and my PC came out of it, so that is something. You also need to remember that everywhere you go, there is bound to be bad things, as not everywhere will have 100% goodness, as there is no such thing as a perfect person, regardless on the possibilities of perfectionists. Because I am friends with former housemates and still living with current housemates, as I write this episode, I will see how creative I can get to use cover names for each of them. I then want to continue my podcast journey where I will go in depth of my work and the reality of it. I do have dedicated episodes, which I think you'll be interested in knowing about, which is previously in previous seasons, and it is relevant to this specific episode. In season 3, episode 6, I talk about my work and desires, which you may find relevant. And then in season 2, I have a few episodes. We have episode 8, Online Influencer, episode 7, Workaholic, episode 6, Variety Streamer and Creator, episode 3, 100 Baby Challenge, episode 2, My Content Journey. And in season 1, I also have relevant podcast episodes about content creation, which are episode 29, My Power Desires, similar to the one in season 3. And 25 is about wishes of becoming a D-lister. Episode 7 is life as a content creator. And episode 1 is rebranding and me. That brings us to a total of 9 additional episodes to the reality of my work. So that is to give my listeners an insight of content creators and creation. I also want to talk about adding and DMs and tagging, but this is primarily for those who are in the Discord, since that is where many of us hang out. I will talk with you on how you can update your settings on both your account and Discord servers. I also have a dedicated episode talking about a fake press. Yes, that did happen to me, unfortunately. During the early days of where I was responding to a lot of not so real voices, I was also being manipulated by a fake press. No, it's true. It really is. A woman came and sat in front of me, being on the phone and making notes, and waved me off. It was her way of saying, "Carry on and do as what you want to do, and I will just sit here and do notes." Then on my way to the store, I also had weird people showing me their phones in the air and pretending that they were video recording me, or at least I hope they were pretending, as well as wanting selfies. I will also talk about the unfortunate events that happened in October 2023, the time where I had collapsed. And on top of that, I was able to entrap the group of chavs that revealed themselves to me in the store as well. So potentially I could, unless it is in the archives now, I suppose, I could have the relevant footage on the store's CCTV from October 2023, where I have entrapped them. And then on top of all of that, a strange black van was following me around the town too, and he had somehow managed to find out where I lived, because the same recording I heard when I first encountered the van was heard the same night I was home that day. But none of that made sense, because even though I do content creation, I am not famous. And then last but not least, to end the season, I want to talk about false accusations. I will go through the times where I have been accused most of my life, and I will give you advice on how to deal with situations like that. So yes, that is an insight of what to expect from this season, which will be available to you from March 17 after my birthday and after Floppus's birthday in 2026. Please note that we may still be doing season 5 during this celebration of achievement, but the Hearts podcast 1-year birthday will be on the 13th of April 2026, and that is a Monday this year. A bonus episode will be dedicated to mark the event, so season 5 may have 13 or 14 episodes instead of 12 originally planned, as the welcome episode also counts as an episode.